Hi guys, so I'm back for another video. I was sorting through some stuff today, I did some cleaning, and I found something that I've been looking for a very, very long time. I found my first story. I believe that in my video when I talked about my dad's anniversary and everything, I mentioned how I got started with writing, and about how this girl, when I was back in 4th grade, I was 8 years old, it was 10 years ago. This girl beat me in this contest. We were supposed to make a story, and, you know, if it was really good, we'd get it in the paper. And this is that story. And I thought that I would read it to you guys and show it to you, because I've been looking for this for maybe 6 years. I've never been able to find it, but when I was looking through one of my totes, I found it buried, and I was like, I know exactly what this is. And I found it, and I got really excited. So you're going to see some really old stuff. But keep in mind, this was 10 years ago. My writing has changed a lot in 10 years, and my artwork has gotten a lot better. But this is called The Adventures of Wesley Ryan Ant. And it's legit about an ant. It's really weird, but let me just get right into it. Okay, this is the first page, and it's like a character summary. I don't know how well you guys can see pictures and everything, but okay. Wesley Ryan Ant. He is a boy. He has brown eyes, shiny black body. He's nice. He's thoughtful. He's a green Army Force jeans and a t-shirt. He loves romance music. He loves poems. He's sweet. He has a crush on his best friend, Marcia. He's an ant, ironically. Has short blonde hair. He's got a black cloak. He wears an army hat too. He sometimes wears a red jacket. He has black and green cleats. Why you would wear cleats with an army outfit, I have no idea. He's shy. He's weak in the army, even though I believe his character is like 10, so it's kind of weird. Yeah, 10 years old. He's calm, can sing, can barely dance. Me. He loves to write. He loves movies. He drives a 92 sports car. I don't know how a 10-year-old can have a sports car, but I was 8, so, like, just kind of bear with me. He has a disease, I guess. He's kind of lame. He's not good at talking to girls, but his best friend's a girl, which is weird. Only eats healthy foods and, like, bananas. Yeah. His dad died in the army in 1972. He stepped on a landmine and exploded. I spelled exploded wrong. I spelled it E-X-P-L-O-D-D-E-D. Exploded. And then there's the villain who, if you read Regen, the character Jerusalem Hayes, Jerry for short, he's based on this guy right here, Jeremy Cyclops, who shoots lasers out of his mouth, bullies Wesley, his arch nemesis. I don't know why he bullies Wesley, but, like, when I was writing this, I imagined, like, two schoolmates who, like, early on just kind of battled it out. Setting is on the planet Gilbert in a bright forest. The place they live is in Ryansville, Ant York Arena. Again, I was 8 years old. I had a weird imagination. I guess the planet has a ring around it called the Atmosphere. The Shire kind of reminds me a little bit of The Hobbit. A fire is on the ring, but the planet doesn't light on fire, but it shines bright in the sun in the day. I'm reading this word for word too, by the way. And in this picture of the planet and everything, the sun says, "Wow, I make the planet really shine. I'm brilliant, sweet." Why the sun has sunglasses, I have no idea. This is entertaining. I haven't looked at this in probably 6-7 years, so this will be a trip. I'm kind of seeing this for the first time in a long time. But this is the opening scene at their school. So yeah. Chapter 1, School. Once upon a time, there was a planet called Gilbert. There was a small, bright town called Ryansville, Ant York Arena. It was a beautiful place. Gilbert had a fire ring around it, so in the day it sparkled very nicely. Wesley and Jerry Cyclops hated each other because in preschool, if Wesley can remember, Jerry shot a laser and shot Wesley's foot off. That's dark. We're talking about a 4th grader. That's dark self. Wesley had his leg repaired, and now Wesley has the disease and cannot walk like other ants. How do ants walk? Like, pretty sure that they'd be they don't walk upright like humans do, but whatever. Because of Jerry, Wesley never forgot what happened. After 6 years of embarrassment from preschool, Marcia looked at Wesley and said, "Come on, Wes, it was preschool. You can't still be mad about it." He got his foot shot off in preschool. That's a pretty big deal. I don't know what this book is. Just bear with me. You're 10 and it was 6 years ago. Forget it. You were 4. Wesley interrupted and yelled, "You know what? I will never forget it. He's the reason people laugh and call me baby and loser." I really can't blame you. If my foot was shot off, first of all, I'd probably die. But like, that's messed up. Why did no one do anything? I have so many questions. There's so many plot holes. Okay, that should tell you why I shouldn't forget it and how it's my turn to ruin his life. So we're gonna take a trip back to preschool and stop him from making me look like a fool. Wesley, I think he already has. Wesley looked down. Ah, man, he pulled my pants down. Wow, you shoot a kid's foot off and then to like, be more of a jerk, you have to pull his pants down in front of everyone? That's disgusting. That dum-dum. My vocabulary has changed a lot in 10 years. If someone tried to pull my pants down, I'd probably turn around and punch them in the face. Dum-dum is not sufficient. I'm so gonna get him. Now let's take a trip to preschool. So this is the picture. And you can see Jerry in the background a little bit, like, laughing. Pulled his pants down. Like, that's terrible. Not only did you friggin' shoot the kid's foot off, you pulled his pants down in front of his best friend, who he's a crush on. Like, Wesley's never gonna have a chance with Marcia now. She's gonna be weirded out. Okay. So, this is the picture for chapter 2. Which I think is a portal, if I remember correctly. But chapter 2, the payback to Jerry. By the way, I am legit reading this, like, word for word. It's kind of hard to read my handwriting 10 years ago. It's improved a lot, but this story is real weird. I just thought that I would share it because I haven't read it in a long time, and I thought, let's transition from where I was 10 years ago to where I am now. Kind of an homage to my starting of writing, because this is what started me wanting to write for a living. Okay, chapter 2. Wes, don't do this. Remember, 2 wrongs don't make a right, said Marcia. I don't care, Marcia. He shouldn't have messed with me, so he deserves it anyway, Wesley said. Wesley turned his time machine on and put his suit for traveling on and jumped in the portal, and away he went. He spun in circles like it was a whirlpool. He screamed, "Ah! I hate time travel!" What really sucks about this story is there are no indentations for, like, when a new paragraph starts and for when someone else talks. And there's, like, no periods. So this is just, like, completely run on. It's such terrible English, but I was 8. I wasn't great at writing. But then before you knew it, he flew out of thin air, landing in a gigantic pool in Molly Maroney's backyard. Molly looked up from her magazine. I spelled magazine wrong. Good job. Wesley, is that you? What's up with the wicked cool suit? Does anyone say that? Like, you have a wicked cool suit? I wonder if anyone who saw my Doctor Strange costume is like, that's wicked cool, man. Like, what the hell? Anyway. I got it at the gift shop yesterday. Where am I? I don't think that you get, a time travel suit at a gift shop. Wow. I don't know where my thought processes were. He asked, and Molly said, I don't know wherever your heart says you are. Then out of nowhere, Wesley was sucked back into the black hole, then flew to a volcano valley. Apparently this was a chapter change. Just chapter 3, the trip. And this is my picture of a volcano. Yeah, it's not really that great. Not only did my writing get better, my artwork is also a million times better. Like, The design that you see for Regen, I made that. They just made it better. But if you guys ever want to see my artwork and stuff, I have a lot more. I'm pretty good at drawing. Much better than I was 10 years ago. So he's at Volcano Valley. He saw a person walking up a large volcano listening to music, not looking ahead of himself. Pretty sure that would never happen in real life. I'm pretty sure that you would know that you're about to go in a volcano, but I mean, never seen a volcano in real life. Wesley screamed, "Hey, you look, dude! Hey, are you listening to me?" The guy didn't even look at him. Then Wesley jumped and started to fly. He was screaming, "Ah, how do you control these things?" and crashed into a tree, tumbling to the ground. He saw that the guy almost fell in the volcano. I'm pretty sure that no one listening to music could not notice that they're about to walk into a volcano. Like, this is strange. This is an adventure. Wesley jumped and saved the guy. Wesley yelled, "Woohoo! Yay!" The guy took his headphones off and said, "Thanks, dude. I didn't even realize I was about to fall in a volcano. Nice job. You're a natural hero. Thanks." Because that's the response you give to someone when you're too busy listening to music to notice you're about to fall into a volcano. Oh, if I could go back to my 4th grade self, I would just, like, shake her and be like, what are you doing? Like, please don't write. This is terrible. Wesley said, No, you don't understand. I only saved you because I didn't want you to die. That makes literally no sense. Like, he's thanking you because he's alive still, and you're just like, no, you don't understand. I'm saving you because I wanted you to live. That's kind of redundant, but I don't even know you. The guy said, "My name's Ariant Clonison. I'm a magician." Then how did you almost fall in a volcano? Ariant, what are you... Also, what kind of a name is that? Wow. Hey, are you flying like that? Oh, hey, how are you flying like that? This is 1948. Those shoes aren't even invented till George Clooney's born. Which isn't for another 50 years, dude. Spoiler, I'm pretty sure that George Clooney wasn't born in the 90s. Actually, I can't do math. Never mind. Wow, this is weird. Wesley waved by and he was sucked into another black hole. So this is a picture when Arian's kind of being, like, sassy, and it's just like, how are you flying? And he's just got, like, those cool jetpacks and stuff on his feet. And it's just like, wow. I look at this and I'm horrified. Like, it's so bad. Also, what does George Clooney have to do with technology advancing? I like George Clooney, but I'm pretty sure he's not that talented. Why did I cancel this chapter out? Huh. I'm gonna read this anyway. So I guess this is at this place called Rocky River, which, from what I vaguely remember, looking at the picture, there's a cat drowning in the river, so he saves the cat. But yeah. He flew out of the black hole to a giant river called Rocky River. He saw a cat yelping, "Meow! Meow! Meow!" Wesley cried, "Oh no, I don't want to be a hero again." That's terrible. You'll save a human from going in a volcano, but you won't save a cat? Don't ever have pets. Or kids. That's terrible. He didn't know what to do, so he grabbed his Atlantica Reverera cell phone. That's a new type of phone. Like, bye, Apple. Bye, Android. And called Marcia. He asked in a very fast voice, "I need help saving a cat." Marcia said in a confused voice, "What do you need help this time with, Wes?" You could just, like, wade into the water and pick the cat up. I don't know how strong ants are. I know that they're pretty strong. I don't know if they can lift a cat up. Or if they would drown in the water, but, like, you can save a guy from a volcano, but you can't save a cat from drowning. You're an asshole. I need help saving a drowning cat. I have an idea. So snap a twig off a tree and reach out and pull the cat in. It's as plain and simple as that, Wes. That very vaguely reminds me of when Augustus Gloop falls in the chocolate river and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna get him out," and then they don't. Like, They tried kind of the similar thing, but with candy. Surprise, it didn't work. This is very foolproof, apparently. Wesley cried, "Thank you, Marsh. You're the best. See you soon. Bye." She didn't even have time to tell him bye back. She replied to herself, "Jerk, he is so rude. And why do I still like him as a friend, I wonder?" Yes, why would you like a hero who, like, can't save a cat? So he snapped a twig, like Marcia said, back on the phone, and reached out and pulled the cat in and saved it without dropping the stick or having the cat slip back in the river. I spelled dropping wrong, so it's spelled droping. It's kind of sad. Then before you knew it, Wesley was sucked back into the dark black hole of terror. So yeah, this is my picture with the cat and everything. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah. It's pretty terrible. That chapter is terrible. No wonder I X'd it out. Okay. This chapter is super weird. Chapter 4, just called The Flood. And it's literally about, like, a flood of cheese. Just bear with me. He crashed on some cheese. He saw the cheese. It was some kind of weird cheese flavored planet. It was so weird. He sucked up some cheese with his tiny little fingers. Mozzarella, my favorite. Yum, yum. Isn't mozzarella white? So, like, why is this yellow? Like, isn't Colby yellow / orange? So what are you doing? That can't be mozzarella. Spoiler, I'm lactose intolerant too. So I don't know why I would even eat cheese to begin with. He also saw the planet had an occurring flood of mozzarella cheese, so he jumped into action and found a weird straw-shaped twig and started to suck up the cheese. As he sucked, his cheeks puffed out, then spit the straw, swallowed, and saved the planet from their occurring flood. I don't even have words for how stupid this fucking is, but, like, don't let me become an author. Ever. It's too late. I promise my writing is much better than this. I hope that this doesn't put you off from buying a copy of Regeneration. It's so much better than a chapter about a person who sucks up a planet with a flood of cheese. It's weird. Shortly after, the black hole appeared and sucked Wesley into thin air. Then off into the black hole he disappeared. I don't honestly know what this picture is of. I believe probably another cat, like, but in traffic and stuff this time. But this is chapter 5. Saving is a craving. But last time, Wesley, you were like, I don't want to be a hero. Rude. Then Wesley flew out of the black hole to a highway called the Highway of Doom. He saw a car about to run over a poor homeless pup. Now, how do you know if that pup is homeless or not? Like, just because it's in the middle of the road. Also, why would you have the Highway of Doom? Like, is this the Autobahn? Can you go like 100 miles an hour and just hit a dog? It's terrible. Wes flew out in front of the car and used all his might and pushed the car the other way and saved the poor pup. And feed it, instead of fed, and feed it a couple treats so it wouldn't be so hungry. Following that, he was sucked up and flew out of the hole to a bright, beautiful, shining jungle. There were giant turtles. The place was called Turtleback Mountain. Spoiler alert, this is how TMNT was formed. I'm kidding. It was very pretty. Wesley saw a person walking a turtle, was about to squash him. Wesley used his grappling hook from his belt. How does a 10-year-old have a grappling hook? What the fuck? Like, that's... Wesley's secretly rich. Like, he might just be Batman or something, like, in the making. And swung, and then it wrapped around the tree, and ripped and flew and scooped the guy up gently, set him down on the ground, and yanked his grappling hook. And it bashed his head, knocked him dead out for 3 hours straight. This is probably one of the most beautiful pictures in this entire story, simply because, like, that illustration, and, like, the sun is in the background smiling super wide. Like, you had that coming, girl. Okay, now we are on to basically, Jeremy Cyclops is coming. Like, we got the bully and stuff, and he's kidnapped Wesley's girl. So, like, gotta do something. You can't back out of this one. Chapter 6. Saving Marcia. Wesley awoke. Hey, well, what happened? He noticed he was in another world. He saw Marcia tied up in ropes and chains and was about to fall in a pit of cockroaches. Jeremy Cyclops is twisted. Like, he needed therapy when he was young and never got it. He looked and saw his arch enemy, Jerry Cyclops. He about pulled the lever and dropped her in to die. She screamed, "Help me, Wesley Ryan, Aunt!" Wesley couldn't think of anything to do. So he pulled out his sword and said, "Get your battle on, because she's my women." My women. Not yours. She's my women. Also, get your battle on. Why do you have a sword? Like, you're 10 years old. Why do you have so many weapons? Like, you're gonna hurt someone. Probably yourself. Do you not remember hitting yourself with a grappling hook? You probably shouldn't have a sword. My women. That's terrible. Jerry grabbed his sword too. "Prepare to die, Wesley Ryan, Aunt," Jerry replied. Then the battle was on. Bang, 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 their swords cackled against each other. I didn't know swords laughed like witches. That makes me happy. Then Wesley aimed fire and hit Jerry right in the stomach. Do you aim fire with a sword? Like, isn't that a gun? That you aim fire? Like, oh my god. He sobbed in pain. "Oh, don't worry. I will get you, Jerry." He aimed, fired, and missed and actually cut the ropes. Marcia was tied, and now she was free. Then Jerry died. You just killed, like, a fellow 10-year-old kid who is a villain. Why? Wesley grabbed her hand and flew to the ground. She said, "Thank you, Wesley. You were a true hero after all." Then she kissed him on the lips for a minute. He blushed. "Oh, it was nothing. Just doing my job." Then they flew back to Planet Gilbert and went home and lived happily ever after. The end. So, like, obviously, ends with them kissing. It's really romantic and cute, but, like, that was a messed up story. I forgot how weird this was, but yeah. That is my first story, actually. The Adventures of Wesley Ryan Ant. So yeah, how we went from that to a published book 10 years later, I have no idea. I'm sorry, I keep preaching about this book. But I'm just super proud of it. And going from something I wrote so long ago and not seeing for, you know, over half a decade to now having a published book, like, that's so weird. The fact, you know, I can understand why this didn't win and get in the paper. It's terrible. At the time, I thought I was just like, no, I'm the shit. I'm gonna be a best-selling friggin' author. Like, get out of my way. I'm gonna be in more than newspapers. I'm gonna be on the bookshelves. And, like, now I am. Ha! It's just really cool to, like, go from what started my dream of wanting to write for a living to having, you know, paving my way into doing what I want for a living. It's really cool. So yeah, I mean, the differences between Regen and, you know, the book that I wrote, there's a lot. Like, this book, I hope that you go out and buy it, but it's very based on my life. A lot of people are like, oh, it's about Doctor Who. It's not. It's so much more than that. So when you, like, buy a copy and read it, please, like, read more than just what's on the page. Like, try and analyze things a little bit. I don't know, it's weird to see what I started with and then, you know, fast forward all these years to what I have now. I mean, I haven't sold, like, a tremendous amount of copies. My book's only been out for a week. But YouTube is a really good platform with advertising, which I'm really good at. I'm also really proud of this. Like, to go from something absolutely shitty like this, something that, I mean, I worked really hard on this, but, like, it's so terrible, to having a published novel 10 years later. I mean, 10 years you wouldn't think is a long time, but I'm only 18. I know you're probably in the comment section thinking, no, you're not, you're 15. A lot of people think I'm way younger than I am. No, I'm 18. But yeah, it's really cool to have come so far in only 10 years, and, you know, how many people my age get to say, hey, I published a book. Like, I just graduated a few months ago, and now I have a published book out. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that was the Adventures of Wesley Ryan. I hope that that was as much of a journey for you as it was for me. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about that story, but if you want to go read something worth your while, go pick up a copy of this. It's not super expensive. It's basically the price of any other paperback book, but like, just go buy a copy and give it a chance. And even if you don't like it, you don't have to keep it. Burn it. I mean, I'm not gonna be upset like if you don't like it, but it'd mean a lot to me. Like, I worked really hard on this and I spent a lot of money on it, and I'm just really proud, and I want people to talk about it. I want people to read it and give me feedback so that I can, become a better author. As well as a better person, because writing really does influence who you are inside. But yeah, go buy a copy of my book. And I hope you liked my read-through. If you guys want me to do more stuff like this, even if you want me to read, like, just a random chapter in this or from a book of mine that I have, like, I'd be glad to do that. So yeah, that was my read-through. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to try and make new videos as much as I can, probably not every day. But like, my top 10 Tuesdays, I'd love to do that every week. I have a couple videos pre-recorded and stuff for the following weeks, but yeah. I hope that you guys like my content so far. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and if you go out and buy a copy of my book, feel free to tell your friends, and feel free to, like, tell me. I'll leave all my social media and stuff in the description, and I'll leave a link for my book and everything. So, yeah. Thank you for watching this really stupid video. It's kind of nice to make videos like this and kind of remember things from the past. So, yeah. I love you guys.